Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Reeti and I am back with another lecture in the DBMS series. So in the last lecture we learnt about conflict serializability. In this particular video we would be learning about view serializability. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now what was the need of this view serializability? So in concurrent schedule there was a non-serial execution of all the transaction. Now since there was a non-serial execution of transactions, there was some consistency issue which was lacking in this particular schedule. So just to encounter this consistency issue, we introduce this serializability concept. Now in this serializability, it makes sure that this non-serial execution get converted into a serial execution. So we find an equivalent schedule in which there is a serial execution. Now there were two types of serializability. First was conflict serializability and second was view serializability. Now in conflict serializability, we draw a conflict graph, or you can say precedence graph, in which we see that if the graph has any cycle or not. If the graph doesn't have any cycle, we can say that that particular graph or that particular schedule is a conflict serializable schedule, which means that that particular schedule is serializable. Now coming to view equivalent schedule, so whenever in this conflict graph there is a cycle, so we don't know that if that particular schedule is serializable or not. So because of that reason we go to view serializable schedule. Now in this view serializable schedule we find a view equivalent, and in this view equivalent we check for certain condition, and if these conditions are met we say that this particular schedule is view serializable. That is why the schedule is serializable. But if these conditions are not met, then we say that view serializability is not there, because of which the schedule is not serializable. So serializability help us to tell that if a given schedule is serializable or not, or can have a serial execution or not. So view serializability ensures that the database state seen by transaction in a concurrent schedule can be replaced by some serial execution of those transactions. Now whenever we find cycle in conflict graph, we don't know if our schedule is serializable or not. So we use the view serializability here. So whenever we find the cycle in the conflict equivalent graph, we go to the view serializability to check if the schedule is serializable or not. Now a schedule is view serializable if its view equivalent is equal to serial schedule or execution. So whenever the view equivalent of a given schedule is equal to having a serial execution, we say that this particular schedule is serializable. Now let's see the condition for a view equivalent schedule. So for a schedule to be view equivalent, it should follow the following condition. Now the very first condition is initial read values. So if there are two schedule S and S dash, and S dash is a view equivalent of this particular schedule S, then an initial read of both schedules must be identical. So for example, consider if there are two schedules S and S dash, if in a schedule S, transaction T1 does the initial read for the data item A, then in schedule S dash, transaction T1 should be only doing the initial read on the data item A. So if in schedule S, T1 is the first transaction which is reading the value of A, in schedule S dash, T1 should always be the first transaction which is reading the value of A. That is, if read of operation is being performed on any data item here, it should be performed on the same in the view equivalent schedule. Now coming to the second, that is updated read. So in a schedule S, if Ti is reading B, which is updated by Tj, then in S dash also Ti should be reading B, which is updated by Tj. So consider here there is a read operation which is happening on a given data item which is updated by another transaction. So consider here read of B is happening, and here T2 is updating the value of B. So T2 is updating the value of B, and then the read of B is happening in T3. So the same should be happening in the other schedule, or you can say the view equivalent schedule. So here if you see, T2 is writing the value of B, and here then T3 is reading the value of B. So whenever there is a read-write operation happening, they should be same in both the schedules, so that there is no consistency issue which is arised. So if there is any update which is happening on any data item, and after that there is a read getting performed, so the execution of transaction in which they are getting performed should be same in both the schedule S and S dash, where S dash is the view equivalent of S. Now coming to the third, that is final update. So a final write must be identical in both the schedules. If in schedule S, transaction Ti is the last to update A, then in schedule S dash, the final write operation on A should be performed by Ti. It's kind of similar to the initial read condition. In initial read, we say that if transaction T1 does the initial read of A, then in S dash also transaction T1 should be doing the initial read of A. That is, if there is a schedule S, and if there is a view equivalent schedule S dash, there should be same initial read which is done by same transaction. Now here also it says that if there is a final write which is getting performed in any of the transaction T1, T2 and T3 on a data item X. So the same transaction should be performing that in the view equivalent schedule. So consider if the final write here is happening on data item A, which is getting performed on T3. So here also the final write should happen on the data item A and it should be performed by T3. So this should be identical. So there are these three conditions which should be followed. First is initial read, second is updated read, and third is final write. So when these three conditions are met, we can say that this particular schedule or S dash is a view equivalent of S. So here is a question where we have to find the view equivalent of a given schedule. So this is a schedule S and we have to find the view equivalent of this particular schedule. One is we have to find if it is conflict serializable or not. So we have to find if this given schedule S is conflict serializable or not. So we will be drawing the conflict graph, and in this conflict graph first we will be drawing the nodes. So the nodes are all the transaction which is present. So it would be T1, T2 and T3. Then we would be drawing the edges. So edges represent the conflicts. So let's find the conflict. So conflict is always read write, write read and write write when performed on the same data item. And here you can see that there is the same data item on A, it is getting performed. So let's see if there are any read write, write write or write read conflicts. So let's see. So first is read of A. Is there any write of A present in any of the transaction? Yes, it's present in T2 and T3. So we'll just discard this and we'll just draw a line from T2 and then from T3. So let's go to the second, that is write of A. Is there any read of A or write of A present in any of the transaction? Yes, it's present in T1 and T3. Draw an edge from T1 to T2 and then T1 to T3. Now coming to T2. So there is a W of A, that is write of A. Is there any read of A or write of A getting performed? Yes, it is getting performed in T1 and T3. So from T2 there would be a line to T1 and then from T2 there would be a edge to T3. Now coming to T1. Write of A. So is there any read of A or write of A getting performed? Yes, there is a write of A. So T1 to T3 there would be an edge, but it is already drawn, so we won't be drawing it again. Now coming to T3, there is a write of A, but is there any conflicting operation? No. All these values are already discarded, so there are no conflicting operation. So here you can see that from T1 to T2 and then T2 to T1 there is a loop which is being formed, or you can say cycle is being formed. So we can say that this particular schedule is not conflict serializable. Now we will be checking for view serializability. So this step 2 is find the possible number of serial schedules. So how we can find it? That is n factorial. So here the transaction are 1, 2 and 3. So it would be 3 factorial. So what could be the possible combination? So T1 goes to T2 goes to T3. It can be one of the possible serial execution. Then T1 goes to T3 goes to T2. Then T2 goes to T3 goes to T1. Then T2 goes to T1 goes to T3. And then T3 goes to T2 goes to T1. And then T3 goes to T1 goes to T2. So 3 factorial is equal to 6. So here there are 6 possible serial execution. Let's pick up this particular serial execution, and then we would be seeing that if the view equivalent schedule which is formed with this serial execution, that is T1 goes to T2 goes to T3, is equivalent to this particular schedule S. So this would be S dash. So there would be T1, there would be T2 and there would be T3. Now we want a serial execution. So first all the operations of the T1 would be completed, that is read of A and then write of A. Now coming to T2, there is only a write of A. Now coming to T3, there is a write of A. So let's go to all the condition which we told that if there are two schedule S and S dash, they needs to follow this condition for them to be view equivalent. So first one was initial read. So let's see what is the initial read which is happening in this particular transaction S. So here the initial read of A is happening on T1. So T1 is having the initial read in S. Now coming to S dash, T1 is again having the initial read on A. So we can say that the initial read is same in S and S dash. Coming to update read, so let's see that wherever the value of A is getting updated, who is reading the value of A next. So here you can see that the value of A is getting updated here also, but there are no reads which is present after that. And here also the value of A is getting updated in transaction T1, then T2, then T3, but there is no read of A happening. Since there is no read performed after the update, no need to check for the update read. Now coming to the third condition, that is final update. So let's see that what is the final transaction where the value of A is getting updated. So here if you see, T3 is the final transaction where the value of A is getting updated. Now coming to this particular S dash, T3 is again the final transaction where A value is getting updated. So we can say that the final update is happening on T3 in both the schedule S and S dash. So we can say that since the initial read is same, the final update is same, and update read is not valid here because there is no read happening after the update, we can say that S and S dash both are view equivalent. So if the view equivalent schedule matches the condition, it is view serializable. So we can say that this particular schedule S is view serializable because it view equivalent follows all the condition which is needed for a view equivalent schedule. So this is view serializable, and then we can say since it is view serializable, this particular schedule is serializable as well, as it can follow a serial execution of transaction. So this is how we find the view equivalent of a given schedule. So this was all about this video. I hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're someone who is new to my channel, can go ahead and watch out the tech content first, and if you find it useful, can go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you have not followed me on my social media handles, you can go ahead and follow. The links are in the description. Till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, keep smiling. Bye all.